What was the, we played a mod recently. It was either a mod or a game we played that had random battle themes. I forget what it was, but yeah, I wish more games did that. I wish more games had multiple battle themes that just play off and on. No, it wasn't that. Something else. But like, yeah, I don't know why more games don't do that. Seems like every RPG ever just falls into the trope of having a single battle theme. And like, that's not necessary. It just kind of became a thing that everyone did for some reason. I mean, it's not... You do have to design, you do have to write more than one battle theme, so it's not like... I mean, there's work that has to be put into it, but...
Let's end this.
Yeah, like, doing two battle themes, even just two battle themes, so that they, you can swap between the two every other fight, would really add a lot, I think. Somehow, Remake, Rebirth feel like the battle music doesn't repeat, but it does. I mean, there's different battle themes for different areas, but when you're in the area, it's always the same song. But yeah, I guess like having different battle themes for areas helps a lot. But in terms of, you know, classic turn-based RPGs that have the same battle theme all the way through the game, you would think that some of them would have thought to have two and have them swap in and out. But very rarely is that a thing. Out of all the RPGs we've played, only a very small handful do something like that. No. Let's go in snipes. Wow. That's ridiculous. I don't even understand why I got 2 turns.
It's over.
I don't know, like, although I'm saying that battle theme, it would be cool to have multiple battle themes in some of these games, I'm not one that really gets sick of them, to be honest. I mean, it depends on the game, but I don't tend to get sick of the battle themes, especially in the Final Fantasies. I mean, Final Fantasy IX, I could listen to that battle theme for 3 full runs of the game straight and not be sick of it. And I think a lot of times you kind of tune out the music before you get sick of it. Like, especially when you're doing stuff like speedrunning, you would think that like one question I get quite a bit about speedrunning is like, don't you get sick of like the music or whatever? And it's like, you kind of just tune it out at some point, you know? You're focused more on the run and what you need to do, and the music's just kind of background. You don't actively listen to it as much as you do on like your first playthrough. There's no way they both hit Lulu again. So like, why does that always happen? I mean, it's kind of nice actually because it's less HP overall, but how do they always do that? I thought maybe they target the character with the least amount of HP or something, but no, because they switch between Auron and Yuna. I don't know what they're doing. At least I think they do. Hey, good to see you, Sovereign. Another thing that maybe is important to keep in mind is if you have a game where the battle themes are constantly changing, like let's say there's like 4 battle themes and they just throw a random one out every time you get into a fight, then when you get into like a boss fight and the music is suddenly different, it adds a little less weight. Whereas if you have one battle theme that just always plays, you know, and then suddenly you get into a boss fight and you get the boss theme, then it definitely hits harder. So that might be part of the reasoning behind it.
Yuna, support fire!
Yes, sir.
Support fire, but you have nothing that deals damage. So Titus doesn't know what he's talking about. Well, this sucks. You know what? I think this is a fair time to use this. You got this, Auron. Oh my god, he actually hit him. What a legend. Oh, you made some of the dialogue easier to trigger. That explains why I keep hearing things I've never heard before. So I felt like they were more chatty. Yay! My favorite enemy. You know what? What if we go like boop? And then
This isn't just a rock, is it?
bop. Maybe I should be implementing slow more than haste. I'm going out with the boys this weekend. I'm excited about it. It's been a while since we've just gone out as a family and done something, so that'll be nice. Hopefully the weather's good. I don't know what to do with you now. Because I want you to stay out, because you have the null stuff. You're kind of just chilling. I feel like this went pretty well.
Enough.
I'm getting somewhere. Okay, Titus, don't blow it this time. Would appreciate.
What?
He has 7 health. What? I mean, I could full life, but it's 30 MP. It's not worth it. You got this, Orin? Darn it. Man, why you gotta do that? Why I gotta be this way? Why I gotta go and make things so complicated? Kamari is out of MP. Bit of a problem. How's it going, Yuki? Welcome in. Okay, I'm fine with this. Why does that sometimes miss?
Yeah.
Can Kamari get MP from him? I think you can, right? 5? Yeah. Not a lot, but it's something. I should actually, well... Yes, I should leave Kamari in. I should let him take an earthquake. That way he gets closer to his overdrive, because I kind of forgot about oh shoot, that should be fine, I think. I forgot about thrust kick. Thrust kick is another really good get out of jail free card. Okay, don't be stupid and do the breath attack, or I'm gonna be real upset. You wouldn't do the breath attack right after doing earthquake, right? It's crazy because, like, you know you're a jerk and you do it anyways. You know? You know you're a jerk, and you just do the jerk stuff regardless, and you're just okay with that. It doesn't even bother you. It doesn't even bother you. I gotta get out of here. I don't think it's worth risking. There goes my get out of jail if I get a behemoth now. Think of the bits UTB and snipes. I'm doing okay on MP actually. Titus. I ain't got time to be messing around. Okay, this is fine. This is not fine. I got a backup plan. Put him to sleep and then Orin won't miss. And then Yuna still gets time to put on Reflect. Okay, they have got to cast on the person with the least amount of HP. They have to. It's been too many times. I think I might be able to just put Reflect on the person with the least MP and win this. I think they always target the person with the least HP. I thought they were switching back and forth between Orin and Yuna, but it's hard to tell because it gets reflected and the camera's on the dude. So yeah, I think they only target lowest HP. So I might be able to find a way to get through this with less MP. Might be able to find a cheesier strat.
Enough.
How's it going, Context? Good to see you, man. Alright. We're almost there. I believe it can be done. Mega Phoenix times 4. That is pretty nice. Now we have a bit of a lengthy run back. Okay, so if I bring Waka in, and I try to be careful with the damage I do, I should be able to cast Reflect on only Waka and get away with this. Yo, Chrono with the tier 3. Thank you, man. That's so incredibly helpful. Thank you very, very much. I have to be careful with my damage, though. I don't want to kill one and not the other. Crap. Orin doesn't get a turn. It should be fine, I think. I don't know. This is risky. I feel like I shouldn't risk this. If they reflect the Fire Agra on this guy, he berserks us, and then the other dude could kill Orin. I think I should just play it safe. Waka does have a lot of MP. I could just do this. Never mind, that didn't work. Okay, good. We should be fine. Even if he berserks, Orin will just kill the other one. Was that worth saving 7 MP on Yuna? Kinda not really. Oh, we still got a turn. It's gonna hit Waka though. Okay. No, we're fine. It doesn't matter either way, because Waka still stays alive. Until he gets a turn. And poison kills him. But... okay, I mean that is a strat I can do, but it is riskier. Is quite a bit riskier. Okay. I'm gonna go slow right away this time. Because he won't counter it. Kamari, don't miss. Why is it? Why? Why is that a thing that can happen? What am I doing? He's gonna counter that. I mean, Orange should survive, but... I'm throwing! Good God. That's like the first time he's done a first turn earthquake. Great. That's just great. I don't know what to do. Can Bahamut survive? I wish I knew if he could be deathed. I think I do this. This is kind of my only, like, I for sure won't die. No matter what he does. Okay. Can I death you? Please tell me yes.
It's gonna hurt.
Wow. That's actually kind of gaming. Problem is I can't revive anybody. Lulu's got plenty of MP. Maybe she can bring this home. I got 3 turns. I can't believe he earthquaked turn 1. This fight was free if you didn't do that. Instead, it's going to cost me all of Lulu's MP. But we're close to the end. So... Well. Back. We have 0 MP. We are running on fumes. I do have Grand Summon and Sword Play. Sword Play is perfect for this fight. Actually, I have a ton of Titus MP still. Titus, why? Okay, well. You leave me no choice. That was satisfying. Oh my god, we made it. We did it. We got in and out, got 2 chests, didn't use any items. Progress has been made. Now we gotta do it again. I think the best way to do this...
I think we can make it!
We will make it!
The best way to do this is going to be to just beeline it for the end and then do a circle for the other items that are closer to the exit. I might as well risk it. Since it's the first fight. Use Fire Aga, please. Fire Rock, please. Thank you. Use Fire Aga again, please. Thank you. If everyone gets put to sleep, this is like a huge problem. So they just get decimated by poison. You could have bounced Waterga forever and Titus would have died. Ooh. You got this, Orin? Oh. I want to spend 10 MP. I guess 10 MP is better than the 30 to heal. Titus, you idiot. And now you're Darkness. You moron. You've got to be kidding me. Why is Titus the only one that can kill anything? I gotta waste all my MP on these dumb fights. I should just cast haste on Titus for that fight every time. It's 4 MP and then he gets like a million turns and can usually win. Let's just play it safe. Actually, man, I don't know. I don't know, because, like... if I don't do the strat where I hit the lowest HP member with Reflect, then somebody dies, and it costs a ton of MP to get them back up to regular health. I think it's better to, like, bring out Kamari, lance it for some MP, which these guys give a lot of MP. Throw Reflect on him, and then just try to kill them equally. That went a little fast. Orin, don't fall asleep. Oh. Yuna's probably dead. Yuna's probably dead. Yuna's dead. And so now, like, I gotta spend however much MP healing Yuna when I could have just cast another Reflect. Well, I would have had to cast 2, but that's like 14 MP versus... 4, 8, 12, 16 MP. Not that much of a difference in the end, I guess, but... Oh boy!
Jet! Show yourself!
Did his voice crack? It's like, jacked! Let's get some overdrive. Wait. This guy can be ejected, right? I'm not, like, misremembering. I hope not. Give me a Dark Buster. Give me a Whack. Give me a Whack. Give me a Whack. Give me a Osmos. Imagine getting ejected. And now, see you later. He's immune! I felt like I remembered reading that he was immune to eject, but then I also swear I remember ejecting him last week. Well, that's just great, because now I can't dispel him without Yuna getting killed, and I can't do anything without dying. I guess maybe I could do like, well, no, because then I'm going to dispel the power break. I guess I could Sentinel, and then bring Yuna in and dispel, but then he's going to get 2 turns, and probably kill somebody. Actually, maybe Orin survives this with Sentinel? What a guy. He is confused, though. I think next is Penta, Giga, Mega, Thundaga, Blast from Beyond the Grave. So I think I have to Silence Buster. And then Orin's going to block this and lose his confusion, maybe? You can't Sentinel if you're confused? What? Are we changing the rules? Since when is that a thing? Well, that worked, I guess. Bro, I don't know what to do. Like, this guy is... he's cheating. It's like, no matter what I do, I'm just going to get meteored into oblivion. And then I have to heal everybody. Yo, thank you, Sam Soul. Appreciate it, man.
So, how shall we do this?
Yo, no way. Thank you so much, Sam Soul, for the 10 gifted subs. Loving the chat for Sam. And that finishes a bar, which means we get to reset this bad boy, and we get to add another 5 to the jackpot. So thank you very much for that, Sam. Incredible. Thank you so much. What is he doing next? I think he's doing... Eve next, right? Yeah. Thank you, Sam. That's so generous of you. Yo, Xenogears was an amazing playthrough. You're gonna love it. Such an incredible playthrough. Bro, this guy, you can't do anything to him unless you darkness him every single turn. I mean, it's just like... kind of a joke. 2 health. And then on top of that, I'm still going to get meteored. Like I said, I can deal with this guy, but it costs everything. Remake or remaster for Xenogears? Did I have an opinion? Did I say like I didn't want that remastered during the playthrough? In general, I think remakes, depending on the game, are usually a good thing, especially if they don't step on the original. I think a remaster of Xenogears would be kind of... I don't know. I don't know. It's always a hard discussion to have, because, like, yes, a Xenogears remaster would be awesome, but at the same time, I just don't think it's necessary. Like, I just don't... Like, Xenogears, we do need a way to play it. We need a port or something, because right now it's stuck on PS1, but yeah, like we don't, it's not necessary to make a remaster of Xenogears. Like, it looks fine, it plays fine. A port of it would be fantastic. I just don't think I don't think every game needs to be updated to the point where it's like quote unquote playable by people that care about graphics. Like, the game looks great. Like, you know, like it's old. It looks old. That's not a problem. Things looking old is not a problem. I think we're mistaking, like, old for bad. You know? Like, Xenogears does not look bad. It looks old. Doesn't look bad. Now, am I going to complain about a remaster? Certainly not. But I just don't think it's, like, necessary. I think you could just port it, and it would be perfectly playable and awesome today. And I personally love the look of old PS1 RPGs. I think they age pretty well for the most part. It's the more realistic ones like Final Fantasy VIII and even Final Fantasy VII a bit that kind of age poorly if you just upscale them and don't do anything else. But I think Xenogears would probably look
Allow
fine.
me.
But no, I'm certainly not going to complain about a... Hold on, what is he doing next? I think he's doing tail next. Not going to complain if they were to take Xenogears and give it like a Final Fantasy VII Steam treatment where they took every sprite in the game and like touched up the sprite so they actually look like awesome on the pre-rendered backgrounds and like released it with trophy support. I mean, that would be like a dream come true, but I think the bigger issue is that like it has no port. And if Square is standing there like, we want to bring Xenogears back, but we don't have time to make a full remaster or a full remake, then that's a problem, because you don't need to do that. Like, just do a port. Just do a straight, hard port with or without trophy support, and it would be great, you know? I would hope that, like, the look of it isn't holding them back, I guess, is the point.
Well then, what next?
But, you know, remasters are always good because you can always go back and play the original, so it's never ruining the original in any way. We'll always be able to go back and play the original if you like the original look. All it's going to do is bring it to a new audience, which is always a good thing. I'm sure they'll put boosters in it as well so that Gen Z can play it in 5 hours and say it sucks. It'll be great. So, do I throw on Shell or do I just do this? I think I just do this. I mean, I feel like this is the best choice.
Go! Fight on!
I did 3,000 damage. I wonder if Hamet would have survived it. What is the Bloodborne? Do we even know the Bloodborne situation? All I know is that there's no Bloodborne.
I don't have time for this.
Me neither. I mean, Sony has no reservations about remastering stuff. They just seem to have an odd way of picking and choosing what to remaster. Oh, really? I didn't hear that. All I heard was that Blue Point closed. Holy damage. I didn't realize that they actually... Why does he get 2 turns? I didn't realize that they actually made the proposal. Then he got shut down. Do you think Titus just wins here? I think he does. Yeah, he does.
Well then, what next?
Yeah, I think it's just much more important to get like all these games in a state where they're playable on modern consoles, regardless of if they're ports or remasters. Remakes are different, but if we can just get all these games we grew up with playable, I think that that's like the most important thing. You know, people can argue about whether or not the generation below us will even care about these old games. But first of all, they're wrong. And second of all, it's a moot point if they don't have any way to play them. I mean, sure, my kids will have access to a PS1 and a PS2 and a PS3 and an NES and an SNES. That's certainly not the case for most people. So I think being able to just have one box in the house and being able to tell your kids, like, hey, this is the game I grew up with, and give them the ability to play it is more important than exactly how perfectly how much of a perfect recreation it is.
Let's end this.
We can all argue about what's a good recreation and what's too much and whether or not boosters should be there and etc. But if the game's not even accessible to the generation below us, then it just gets forgotten anyways. So yeah, I think this new Final Fantasy VII port
Just a little further.
really, I wouldn't say opened my eyes because I kind of already knew it, but I guess cemented the reality in my head that there are a lot of people that genuinely think that the generation below us hates old games, which is just not true at all. There are many people younger than us that are appreciating old games, even old, slow RPGs. But it seems like people who didn't grow up with old RPGs try to play them, think that they're too slow, and then from that decide that all people of their generation hate slow games. Then it's just not true. It's never been true. I could probably give like a million examples as to why that's not true. But it seems people just think this. I read like when the Final Fantasy VII, when the new Steam port was coming out, and it was announced that, or not really announced, but we figured that it would have boosters. I saw like multiple people saying, "Thank God my kids can finally play Final Fantasy VII because it's way too slow for them," or "I could never play Final Fantasy VII because it's a slow game of a old era, but now maybe I can experience it." And I said in my video, like, if that's your thought, then maybe JRPGs just aren't for you. Which was a bit of an extreme take that I shouldn't have made in the video without elaborating. But it's ridiculous to think that like these old games need speed up or else the generation below us can't play them. I mean, that's just not a thing. I don't know. I don't know how else to put it. It's just not a thing. I mean, like, look at how many people of the younger generation are doing things like speedrunning Mario 64. A game that is revered for having a terrible, outdated camera, really sluggish and awful controls versus, like, newer game controls, and is a very old game on a very old console that can only be played on the old console until the Switch version came out, but they don't speedrun on that. I mean, we have people that are half our age seeking out an N64, a CRT TV, a CRT monitor or TV, and speedrunning a game that, in all sense of in all senses, is an old game with old camera, old controls, and is very difficult for anyone older to like pick up and easily play if they've played modern games. So like, I don't know where this idea that the generation below us can't play old games comes from at all, but I think, to be honest with you, like I said, I think it's either A, people of a lower generation than us play Final Fantasy VI and go, this is slow and I don't like it, so everyone of my age must think this. Or B, they drag their kids off of Clash of Clans for 10 minutes and say, this is the game I grew up with. Don't you love this? And they go, no, I like Clash of Clans. And then they go, wow, kids hate good games. I mean, genuinely, I think it's either one or the other. But I mean, and I know I'm like in a unique position because of my job and stuff, but I'm telling you, my kids still don't understand what I do for a living. They have no idea. It does not compute to them whatsoever. And I've never told them old games are better, new games suck, anything. I've never really given them any guidance on what to think about video games, period. And I put them in front of my giant wall of games every once in a while, and I say, pick a game, and you can play it today. Today's your screen day, you get to play a game, pick a game. And many times they pick an old game, and they have just as much fun as when they play new games. And my oldest, for whatever reason, loves Mario 64, and will constantly ask to play Mario 64 over, he's played Mario Odyssey, he's played Mario 3D Land, he's played the old Sonics, he's played Sonic Mania, and he's played Mario 64, and he loves Mario 64. So like, and I've given him no guidance towards that whatsoever. Now, does that mean every kid's going to be that way, or, you know, I'm a special case, whatever, but point is, it happens. Point is, old games were great to us for a reason. It's not like all the old games sucked and we were just living in a bygone era. And now they figured out game design and now games are better. Like, it's just not the case. And it's not the case with RPGs either. So I wish we could get rid of this weird stigma that these old RPG games need boosters or else kids won't like them. Some kids maybe, and boosters are great for some people, but it's not a necessity. It's never been a necessity. People that say it's a necessity, I don't think they like JRPGs. Now, of course, everyone always likes to point out, like, I'll always get a comment that's like, I only get 1 hour a day to play video games, and so if I want to play Final Fantasy VII, it'll take me 3 months to beat it, and so I need boosters. But that's, first of all, an edge case, and second of all, you still don't need boosters. You want boosters. I'm talking about people that say they need boosters or else they hate the game. That's what I was referencing when I made that video, and I said, if you need boosters to play Final Fantasy VII, maybe you don't like JRPGs. I was referencing the people that are like, I hate the game unless it has boosters. I dislike playing Final Fantasy VII unless it's fast. Those are the people I was referencing. But I should have been more clear when I said it. But yeah. You don't need boosters to play Final Fantasy VII. You want boosters, so it doesn't take you 3 months. Which is fair and awesome, and I'm glad that you can use boosters for that. But if you're online in forums saying Final Fantasy VII sucks, if only it had boosters, then I could play it. Then, like, just don't play it. I don't know. Like, play freaking Final Fantasy 16. Like, it's not made for you. It's fine. I'm not going to cry about it. We have plenty of RPGs that are much faster paced in today's world that you'll love. Don't force yourself to play 7 when you hate it. I don't think Final Fantasy VII is for everyone. I don't think RPGs are for everyone.
Farewell.
All right. Where are we at? We're getting close.